Good evening, everybody. Good evening. How are we all doing today? Hopefully, everybody's doing well. Hopefully, everybody is doing well. Welcome to the stream. Starting a bit later than normal, but we are here nonetheless. And the reason why I'm starting a little bit later is because today was my final day at work. So I thought I'd come home, relax a little bit, just chill out, eat a little, and then just kind of, like I said, just relax, have a shower, do everything, and then come down and sit down and do a live stream. But yes, hopefully everybody is doing fantastic. Hopefully everybody is doing well. We are back with some Honkai Star Rail once again, getting ready to do some shenanigans, of course, because there is a brand new MOC, so we'll do that. And then we'll do some shenanigans and Divergent and stuff like that. Pretty sure we are gonna do a weekly as always. I'm doing well, gamer. I'm doing well. Hopefully you're doing well as well. Let's see now. I think what we'll do is, let me see, how much stamina do I have? 204. We can do some stuff there. I think we'll start off with Divergent because we may as well get it out of the way as always, and then we'll do probably the MOC, and then we'll do maybe my final runs on the thingy mababa. What's it called? The triple drop rate. The triple drop rate thing. It hasn't going well, is what I will say. It ain't been going too good, is what I will say. Don't think I've got a single good piece. And when I did get a good piece, it ended up being super ass. Or a piece that I already had use for. In the sense of, like, I'd already got a good piece for it. So it was useless anyways. But yeah, it's not been going too great. So it's just been salvage. I've ended up getting 2,000 relic frags from it, so I'm not really gonna complain too much about it, to be honest. MOC 11 was harder than 12 for me. I mean, that's what it was for me last time, or the last couple of times. I feel like I've been able to 3-star 12, but 11 was the issue for me in the previous MOCs, to be honest. So I mean, it wouldn't be anything new for me personally, at least, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, of course. We'll start off with this, and then we'll go and get the other ones accordingly. We'll take the blue one because that's the harder one to usually get. We'll take the we'll take anything that gives us basically towards the fucking equations. We'll go for everything that goes towards the equations, I suppose. But yeah, hopefully everybody's doing well. I apologize we didn't stream yesterday, but I was like, well, since we're gonna be streaming today, there's a very good chance that I wouldn't feel like it today, but I wanted to relax yesterday because today was my final day, and I knew today was gonna be a harder day, because Mondays for me, usually, if I'm working on a Monday, I know I have a I hate to say this about my squad, but my squad ain't good. My team on Monday ain't as good as the other days, so it's always a little bit of a problem. So I knew that yesterday I needed to relax as much as possible or get as much sleep in, so that today, through the day, I'd survive. I'd survive as much as I can to be able to get ready, and by golly, was it tiring today. But yeah, we managed to make it through. And so yeah, that's why I was like, I'll kind of not stream yesterday and decided to stream today instead. Plus, it kind of works well because weeklies, the drill, and ends up working out pretty darn well anyways. Pretty darn well. Let's go for the remembrance one, shall we? It ends up working pretty well because of that. So hey, win-win for me, baby. Win-win for me. But yeah, I mean, I also did drop a video. Obviously, I didn't do a live reaction to the Star Rail what's it called, the Star Rail live stream. I almost forgot the word what I was gonna say there. I didn't do a live reaction to the live stream in a stream format, but I did do a video, which yeah, I mean, if you guys watched it, great. If you didn't watch it, that's also all right. No worries. It was something for me to just test out and see if I felt up to it, felt like I could actually do a recording and everything, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, especially when it's something that's just as simple as a reaction, and especially one to something I'm very much looking forward to and stuff, right? It was pretty good. And just generally talking about the stream as well, pretty solid stream overall, I will say, just to kind of do a TLDR. I enjoyed it. It wasn't anything too crazy in the sense of like, oh my god, they revealed so much crazy information. Of course, story-wise, I'm very interested to see where we're gonna be going from here. Like I said in the video, I think we're still, going into what will be a time loop, basically, is my guess, or like a data reset, effectively. But yeah, overall, I wasn't expecting anything more crazier because I think all the crazy stuff that we're all kind of looking forward to, I suppose, I think it's gonna be set up in the next live stream. You know, the next one, the one in for 3.4. I almost forgot the patch version. But yeah, I think what we're gonna be seeing is potentially like 3.4 when we get to there. That's when we're gonna get the, you know, the tasty stuff, of course. I mean, we know that it's one of the biggest patches of it's one of the biggest patches for HSR. So, you know, with the Fate collab, with the Finon release, well, a critical release, you could argue, in the sense of it being obviously a character that is quite central to the story of Amphoreus. I was gonna say Penacony there for a split second. So yeah, I think if you people were expecting anything too crazy in this one, I don't know what you were expecting really, considering it was good. They still, I know they have to kind of gas up this patch in some way, shape, or form, but I feel like at the end of the day, you know, you have to kind of expect also that it also is not going to be where they drop everything. Otherwise, you're setting unnecessary expectations of every patch being a banger. That being said, though, I still do believe, in my opinion, they should be doing more quests and stuff. But quests, by quests I mean more events. But alas, that's something I've been complaining about since 1954. It's nothing new. It ain't anything new, really. It ain't anything new, but I will still keep harping on about it, okay? I'll still keep harping on about it. Because it's just ridiculous. Just how long how they're still running with only 2 events per patch, man. It's unbelievable to me, man. It's unbelievable to me. I was kind of hoping we'd be able to get away from the kin. Oh, these guys really? Nah, it's alright. It's alright. Could be worse. Could be worse, but could be better. Did we just break all of them? Oh, we broke all of them except Big Boy over there. That's alright. Alright, let's see. We should be able to kill from this range, right? Right, Dragon? Dragon. I know he's shielded, but God damn it. God damn it. But yeah, at least we know that I'm gonna be going. We're 100% going for Hyacine, of course, no doubt about it. I'm very much looking forward to her. She looks pretty darn cool. And now that I've kind of seen exactly what she does, because to be quite honest, I don't really like looking at leaks that much. I know it's usually a big thing, and you know, a lot of people tend to look at it and stuff like that, but I try and obviously, you know, stay away from leaks, kind of leave it a little bit of as a surprise. Obviously, I kind of the thing is, a lot of people will say, wait, why did I just lose a cube blessing there? That's concerning. I know a lot of people tend to look at leaks in detail and stuff like that, and to be honest, as much as I'd love to, you know, just be surprised by everything, with how the internet is nowadays, you're gonna get spoiled some way, shape, or form, unless you're literally muting everything, which you could, but I just can't be bothered to do that. It's just too annoying and I'm too lazy, is the best way to put it. I'm too lazy. But yeah, I already knew kind of what was to be expected in terms of, like, you know, for example, the characters design, what they were kind of doing very loosely, very loosely, but seeing exactly what Hyacine is capable of doing, same with Cypher, it's pretty cool. I really did not know. I knew Cypher had gone through lots of ups and downs, but I didn't know how she was built. And to be honest, I can see how they could have made her insanely broken, to be honest, very simply, very easily. But they've definitely balanced her quite interestingly, to be honest. I'm quite curious to see how she'll fare. They kind of tell you what team they want you to have her on, but yeah, they kind of both teams, literally both teams. They tell you for both characters, they tell you what team they want you to run them on. It's pretty obvious, but yeah. All right, let's just do this 1 second, so that I can have this. There we go. All right, there we go. Let's just get the true damage out. Kill him. Not getting as much damage in this one because of just generally how we're set up, unfortunately. But that's okay. Yeah, I mean, it's still telling me that. No. We're just gonna go with this. We've got 2 Path of Remembrance characters. It's alright. Alright. Let's go. Cosmic Crescendo. Trigger 10 random effects in a row. It better just give me a bunch of this. I love how I lose most of my Cosmic Fragments. I basically lost Cosmic Fragments. Then I gained. For fuck's sakes. Always the case. Always the case. That's alright. That's alright. Let's go this way. Come on, give me something good here. I say something good. These curios aren't the most amazing to have, but it's alright. We'll see what we get here. It's just gonna be Cosmic Fragments, isn't it? Oh no, we did get something. I was gonna say, is it just gonna be Cosmic Fragments? Don't tell me it's just gonna be Cosmic Fragments. Sure, you know what? We're not gonna really get anything too crazy here, but yeah. It was worthless. It was so worthless. Ended up getting most. Are you serious? All my remembrance every single one of my remembrance ones just died, basically. God damn it. God freaking damn it, game. Alright, no worries. We'll be okay still. I mean, we just have to defeat the final stage, which is more than easy. We'll just do this one. We'll do Hycillans. Do this, and then this. Thankfully, it's Cyrus as well. Or Cirrus, I should say. Cirrus. It's not too bad. I'm surprised nobody just died there, but it's alright. There we go. Okay, we're gonna see them all pass away now. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Alright, there we go. And then we're gonna go for a big hit. Yeet. Was kind of hoping for a little bit more there. Hopefully Huahua Light Cone goes into the shop one day. I still think it's gonna be either, see, for me in the next refresh or addition, it's either gonna be Huahua or Argenti being added. It's one of them. One of those 1.5 fuckers will get added for sure, in my opinion. And then I think it's either Black Swan or Sparkle that'll get added. I have a small gut feeling it's gonna be Black Swan. I think it's those two that'll get added. It's gonna be a 2.0 and a 1.5 character, I feel. There is a good chance they could do Danheng IL or Jingliu as well. One of the earlier ones that they kind of glossed over, of course, like going Lingsha and Ruanmei, of course, right? Or I do wonder if they might end up doing it where they just do supports maybe in the shop, or they just keep adding the supports in the shop, which would be kind of nice in a way, because obviously a lot of people, you know, tend to go for these supports usually, right? Like for example with like sustain and stuff like that. I'm talking about, not just when I say supports, I'm not just talking about like your harmony characters. I mean your proper supports and sustain and stuff like that as well. I do wonder if they're gonna focus on that. So if that's the case, then they probably will go, I think, Sparkle plus Huahua in that situation, and leave the DPSs to be like summonable in that sense, you know. But that being said, Fushuan was added into the 50-50 losing pool rather than in the shop, so we'll have to wait and see. Since Archer's gonna want Sparkle SP, yeah, I think so. Either that or they'll do Sparkle in the 50-50 loss pool. One of the two, I think. They're gonna do something for sure. Because if that leak is indeed true, where Archer is going to want a lot of SP, then sure, maybe, yeah, for sure, we'll will probably get Sparkle in some way, shape, or form. But it just depends on that, I'd say. Alright, big boy, come on. Finish him off. Are we done? Okay, not yet. Not yet, not yet. He's still going. He's still going. He's still going. I love how I just did so much damage, like a million plus damage, but nothing happened. I just started up Genshin again, just doing dailies and occasional missions so I don't get burnt out. Yeah, I think that's the best way to go about it, honestly. That's what I personally do as well. Like with both Genshin and HSR, I just log in, do my dailies, do a mission or two that I feel like, and then go ahead. I mean, of course, I was on a big binge last week, of course, leading into the 5.6 events and stuff. But that was because of course, the big, you know, sort of story that came, of course, right? So that's why I was kind of like, oh, I want to kind of do it. I want to really do it. But otherwise, usually, yeah, I just let it be. Do it once in a while whenever I feel like doing all of it. What did I miss out on? Oh, the Gallery of Possibilities. Ah, finally. I forgot about that. Very nice. I'm still missing this. I'm still missing some equations, I guess. So I should probably do the equations next. I need to do weighted curios as well. I need to do these occurrences, man. I've not seen a lot of these occurrences, apparently, clearly. I guess it must be all the reward ones, because I've only done occurrence, but not reward that much. So I should probably go into reward more often. Curios-wise, I'll pick and choose whenever I get any new ones. Probably missing, yeah, mainly missing a lot of gold ones. A couple of blue and gray ones as well. And this one is fine. So, that's alright, that's alright. That's not too shabby. I had like a 20-hour grind session and got like the 50. Yeah, that doesn't help, to be honest. If you're hard farming to get the this, it's not fun. It's not fun. I definitely get that. I understand. I understand. That can be quite rough, to be honest. I can't blame you on that one, to be honest, too much. Let's see. Let me just do this so that way we're BP level 60. Yeah, we're more than fine on this front, so it's not too shabby there. What am I looking at? Change build target. I mean, I'll set it to her, I guess. I guess I can go and do the traces as well. All right, let's go. I mean, I have to go beat up Sunday, so may as well. Sure, let's do this. Negative curios are easy to get. Yeah, I mean, it's only 2 negative curios that I'm missing. It's more so I'm missing some of the other ones, so it's not too shabby. Again, I'm not too worried about that. I do tend to not intentionally, that's the word. I almost forgot the word there for some reason. I tend to intentionally miss some of the relics, to be some of the curios, because of just me thinking that I'm done with the missions, but I guess not. The thing is, I could probably also just wait till the expansion comes, because we're gonna get a couple of more occurrences, curios and stuff like that added anyways. And unless they add more, of course, they could probably add more as well. That's very possible as well. But yeah, workday without God, what is that? Workday without God. I guess I never got that achievement. At least I finally got an achievement here. I don't know what that achievement was for, but okay. I don't feel like I've ever seen that achievement. I'm so confused by it. Let's see what it says in this. Dog, you just break all of those things before he does his ult. Oh, that's such an easy one. Oh god, music too loud, music too loud. Skip, 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 skip. We've seen this story so many times. They've gotta let us do an automatic skip of the story some point, man. Unless I missed it entirely. Let my dragon come out, man. Get the train going. Alright, he's about to launch in a second. But we'll be fine. We were not fine, he said. I'll just get Firefly's team to come back here. I can't wait for Hyacinth, man. Gallagher just let me down there big time. I'll blame Gallagher, even though it wasn't really Gallagher. I'm gonna blame Gallagher. There we go. Still got the win though. Still got the win. No. Just no. No, I'm good. Thank you very much. Let me change the lineup. Let's change lineup. Oh, I didn't think I double clicked there, but it's okay. But yeah, we'll just quickly do these runs and then we'll jump over to MOC then afterwards. I completely forgot about the traces, to be honest. I completely forgot about the not traces, but like the Echo of War materials required for the traces for Hyacinth. I farmed everything else as best as I can, of course. We're still missing the relic set, of course. That's not going to be fun to farm, but at least we have something. I have a lot of fuel though, so I'm okay. I think we should be alright though. I'll just chuck a bunch of fuel on like the first day or second day or something once we're done summoning. Will I be free? Yeah, I will be free. I will be free. I'm Tuesday's my last day of work next week, so that's good. Perfect. That'll actually be spot on for us. So we'll be okay. Alright, he's gonna go into story mode. No. Ignore. We've seen that too many times. But yeah, that'll be good then. We can Wednesday we can do the summon stuff in the evening. Cause yeah, I don't think I'm forgetting about anything in terms of this. We've got 21,400 shield. Let's see. And of course, yeah, Firefly is going into her burst mode. That's fine. We've got so much shield. I think that doesn't help as well, as that we weren't able to break as much with the previous team. Yeah, we kept the shield up as well. Yeah, there we go. That answers my question. There we go. Yep, go for it. Go for it, team. Go for it. That was a weird angle, I'm not gonna lie. Lingsha it felt like I was looking up in the sky more so than the actual fight. Cooling over the next 3 days. Thank God, it has been warm, man. It's not been great. Yeah, 22, 21, 16, 19. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. Actually, that's not a bad piece for a homie. If we were running break on him, Gallagher, but no, we're not. I don't think. I don't remember what I have on him anymore, but it's fine. It don't matter as long as he's getting the job done. That's which is 50-50 chance, but he is trying to get the job done. To be honest, what might end up happening is if this MOC doesn't go so well for me, like we end up not getting completely all the perfect stars or whatever it is, I'm gonna come back and try once we get Hyacinth as well. Because that'll pretty much sort out a couple of the issues. At least if, let's say, for example, we do an extra cycle or two on the Castry side, because that's where it's gonna be. We're gonna see the major improvement. So yeah. That's fine. Get the break, get the brakes. I'm surprised I haven't... How have I not broken the side... the side pieces until now. Unless I wonder if it's because of well, that doesn't make any sense. I'm very confused. I have no idea why. I'm trying to think why the break would have happened with the Castrace team. Unless it's because I was killing the minions at the same time as I was doing this one. Well, no. The break was, no, I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about like when I had the Castrace team. That Fuga wasn't in there. That's when I got the achievement. So I'm very confused by that. Because that team wasn't breaking for shit. And even then, like, forgetting the break part, this team I was using for a very long time to do everything, pretty much, right? I still do use this team intermittently, clearly, right? So I don't know. I'm very confused. It's very confusing to me, and I don't give a shit, to be honest, that much. As long as it gets the job done. As long as the job is done. That's the most important thing for me. There we go. Yeet. Alright, there we go. That gets the job. That is the job done. We move on to the MOC. MOC. Yeah, I guess it's that's the reason why. It's probably because of the cast team having a blast attack which will attack all the enemies rather than just only 3 enemies in the case of, like, for example, Firefly. I guess that's probably the reason why. Also, hello guys, Lalita and Pacheri, welcome. To me, Penacony had the most iconic character. Okay. I mean, I'm not complaining for a free light cone. One I probably have already, but it's okay. I appreciate it, I guess. Speaking of this, we'll take that. We'll take this. More relic ruins we will take. And we'll go over to Forgotten Hall. To me, Penacony had the most iconic characters, so I'm glad we're getting another story there. I think what helps with Penacony, even though and this is the difference I have with Penacony versus Amphoreus. It's 2 very different casts of characters, right? With Penacony, you had characters that were from all parts of the universe leaning into the whole Star Rail dynamic. You know, you had the IPC members with, you know, Aventurine, I almost forgot his name. Aventurine, and then Dr. Ratio by extension, right? Then, of course, you had Acheron as a Galaxy Ranger, quote unquote, of course, right? Coming from out of nowhere. Then you also have the likes of, you know, obviously Robin and intergalactic, I was going to say international, not really international, intergalactic superstar as well. You have Black Swan, a member of the Memo Keepers, and so on and so forth. We're there, of course, as an extension and whatnot, right? So it felt like there was a space story happening, whereas with Amphoreus, it feels still very grounded in what it is. And that's why whenever scenes like the Herda scenes happen, it's much more exciting, because now we're seeing it from the space perspective again properly, you know, and that helps a lot in my personal opinion. But that's just me, though. That is just me. That's just my opinion. I feel like that's a little bit better than what we get. I feel like the Penacony side of things was a little bit better in terms of the overarching story. However, that being said, though, I still think that, you know, in its own way, Amphoreus is also really good. But again, it's just, yeah, it's just very much dependent on which one do you prefer of the two. It is just dependent on that. All right, Big Dragon, just finish him off, please. Thank you very much. I would appreciate an instant death immediately. I like the Amphoreus theme better. I think that there's things to really like about Amphoreus' theme, to be honest. I really still do like it. And I mean, personally, I would personally say so far in terms of the grandeur, Amphoreus is doing a little bit of a better job. That being said, though, yeah. 3.3 is the end of Amphoreus' story. Well, no, because they've said Amphoreus is going all the way till 3.7 already. We know that the Amphoreus story is not ending. I mean, we still have 4 more heroes that we've not even seen yet. Hycillence, Seridra, and 2 others that we don't know the pictures who they are. Most likely, March is going to be one of those images, most likely. She would somehow come down as well. Probably to Amphoreus at some point, surely. And then so the 4th one, who knows, right? Could be, you know, people have been saying about some Dan Heng new model potentially. I mean, especially now that we've seen he's finally got dragon mode in the trailer, he could be getting something down the line. But anyways, either or, like, we've got a lot of time to go. You know, we still have a lot of time to go in Amphoreus. Amphoreus is not just getting done and over with immediately. We've got a long way to go. They said it's going all the way till 3.7. We're here till 3.7. 3.8 is where we're going back to Penacony for 1 chapter to kind of tie up the loose ends, is what they've said. To be honest, I thought the whole Sunday story and Fuga story was basically them tying up a little bit, but they're not wrong in that they did gloss over a lot of stuff that should have been probably mentioned in those chapters. But either way, this is the problem of them going back to Luavu to try and fix it when they didn't do much there, to be honest. I ain't gonna cap, man. Them trying to fix Luavu ended up not helping it at all anyways, and ended up fucking over Penacony in some ways as well. I think they shouldn't have just ignored Luafu, you know, taken the L with Luafu. Space China was a failure. It is what it is, you know. It do be like that sometimes, man. Sometimes you can't always do a good job there, man. Like main Penacony till Sunday reveal and fight. Well, no, but that doesn't have to be the case in every chapter, though. It doesn't have to be the case in every what's it called? It doesn't have to be the case in every story, because if you look at even the likes of say for example Genshin, it went from being only lasting what 2 parts or 1, even only 3 parts, to being 4 parts to 5 parts to 6 parts even potentially, right? It doesn't have to immediately end in 3.3, but still, nonetheless, I'm telling you that they've said it. If you go back and check the 3.0 live stream, when they revealed 3.0, they literally said in that live stream that it is going all the way till 3.7. The main story is going until 3.7. I know what you're saying is that, well, they could have meant that they're doing the mini like side stories in Amphoreus instead until 3.7, but no, that's not what they said. They said the full story is going till 3.7. It's not just gonna be a short story, no. There's still so much that they haven't revealed. If they wanted to put everything in 3.3, you'd be spending at least a 20-hour story there, and I don't think that anybody has the patience for that. That shit would be a 20-hour story. I know they love doing their long stories and doing 8-10-hour stories, but this shit genuinely would be like 20-25 hours. There's still so much they haven't even said that would make no sense if they just did everything in one go. There's so much to do, because you still have to, first and foremost, you've got, well, what's happening in Amphoreus entirely, and that in itself is such a long dive, you know, confusing thing, you know, with the Crisis Airs and Era Nova and all that sort of jazz, basically, right? So that's one thing. Then you have to look at the whole thing of the Lord Ravager side of things from Herda, Welt, and Sunday's perspective of what's going on. Then you have to deal with, of course, what's happening on the Astral Express with March as well. You can't do everything in one go. You can't do everything in one chapter. You'd be doing basically a disservice to the story at that point. But who am I to say if they decide to do that? But I doubt it. Like I said, they said it in 3.0's live stream that they're going to be doing up until 3.7. So it is going to be till 3.7. I mean, we can have a look. 1 second. Amphoreus is going from 3.0 to 3.7 as well. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, literally the first thing I see is there. The main story for Amphoreus will begin in 3.0 and last until 3.7, with each update continuing the story. And to be fair, it makes sense. March 7th, 7th of March, the 3rd month, It's quite ironic, actually. Now that I think about it, they fucking put it on very much on the nose and we didn't even see it. That's, yeah, makes sense. I see why they did it. It's very obvious, but yeah. I probably missed it if somebody said it like ages ago and I forgot about it, but I just remembered it. I just realized it. I was like, wait a second. 3.7. Yeah, that's March 7th, literally. It makes sense, to be honest. Fair enough. Well, yeah, it's gonna be a long journey, man. It's gonna be a long journey, but we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it nonetheless, man. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, we'll have to, we're gonna just enjoy the ride. No matter how long it takes, because it is gonna be a long one. Alright, let's see how we fare here. Alright, I'm surprised we've already used up this, but it's okay. We should be fine still. I was gonna say, I'm surprised we used the cycle already, but we're fine. Alright, not a problem. Okay, Trivi, you can chill, let the dragon do some damage. Castries, you didn't need to do anything as well there, but that's okay. I love how Castries did so much damage in one hit. Just absolutely finitoed him. Alright. Let's see how we do in MOC 11. I'm quite curious. Who are the enemies? Why does this guy keep coming back, man? I swear to God. I swear to God, I will kill him. I think it's best if we just stick with this sort of order, to be honest. Alright. Huga, you, and then let's just go for big plummet. At least I know that the first phase I can absolutely finish very easily. First phase is so easy, to be honest. I don't know if it was Hule or Flame Reaver who took more cycles. I think for me it's probably going to be Hule, to be honest. That's going to be way more annoying for me. 100%. It's just an annoying dude, man. It's so annoying to face him. And it's there's this obsession with them to bring him back every single time, man. There's nothing I can do. Alright, there we go. At least it, like, yeah, phase 1 didn't take any cycles, but I'm pretty sure this is going to take a couple of extra cycles. Does he still do the 1v1 duels thing that we saw in, what was it, the Apocalyptic Shadow? Oh no, it wasn't Apocalyptic, so I doubted they'll put it in this one. It would have been cool if they did put it in this one as well, though. It would have at least made it a bit different and stuff, you know? Come on, give me the big chonky damage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we would have seen the duels from here. March's second form is going to be Remembrance. I mean, no idea. I mean, it'll be dependent on the story a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see. Could imagine if it's like another, like, version of like Mem or something as the Memo sprite. Doubt it, because Mem is probably going to end up being Cyrene, let's be real. It's pretty obvious at this point. Well, I mean, they could do a big twist and it's actually not Cyrene, but who knows. I seriously doubt it. Yeah, there we go. I knew this was going to be a problem. At least it took a late. Hule did take a lot of damage with that hit. But yeah, it's not looking too good. It's not looking too good. bad. We'll just deal some more extra damage here. Okay. Okay, good, Lingsha. You're gonna get the burst off. We're gonna get the summon to do a break as well. At least the break didn't do... Okay. Oh, thank God. Well, I say thank God, but it was barely a second given to me. I mean, if I can still do it about 3 cycles, that's not the worst. It's not gonna be 3 cycles, actually. It's gonna be 4 cycles. But it's still alright, I think. Could be better, could be worse. Kind of really hoping that we'll be able to get Firefly to do one more attack, but it's alright. Fei Shao is good for Hule. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's pretty obvious that Fei Shao would be good for Hule. Same patch, right? That's the whole point of that being thing, because Fei Shao was made to basically counter Hule at the time. But me no have Fei Shao. It is what it is. Didn't want Fei Shao, so yeah. Alright, we're gonna be able to finish him off here, hopefully. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine, we'll be fine. Lingsha's gonna absolutely KO this guy. There we go. Alright, 1 down, 1 more to go. I keep forgetting that a Remembrance MC's technique has a range, so I need to be a little bit more careful when I do attack it. Anybody with the technique. There we go. Very nice. Yeet. Come on, give me some of the breaks so that we can deal more damage. Saturation rate goes up. We'll just do this and then do that. Remembrance MC was not looking too good last I saw him. Alright, not too bad. Give me some HP. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ. Remembrance MC was nearly dead there, man. Come on, finish him off. Okay, good. Alright, it's 2 phases still for this guy, so that's okay. Man, we are taking way too much damage with him. I'm surprised Gallagher died with that. Well, yep, Gallagher's dead. That's gonna be a 2 stars guaranteed. I can't be bothered with him, man. We need Hyacin's stat. Free to play? Hell no. You think I'm free to play with an E2 Firefly with 75k in my bank account? No. I just don't care to play manually. I probably could do better manually, but I don't give a shit. Yep, MC is gone. Yeah, Cast Reese is gone. Let me restart this fight and see if maybe something changes in terms of amounts and stuff. Does Fushuan work? I don't think it would work because the HP recovery would be too slow. Because it's so inconsistent in that sense, you know. I feel like, because the thing is, yes, the ultimate would give you HP, and then of course whenever we go below half HP, she'd recover for herself, which still helps for Cast Reese. I don't think it's still enough though, unfortunately, is the problem. I sadly don't think it's still enough. Alright, that's fine. Okay. It's not going the same, but maybe it's slightly different. I don't know. Back to full HP going into this fight, which is good. We've implanted a wind weakness. I think we need to get a little bit lucky and maybe implant a fire weakness, maybe a little bit potentially. The problem is I think the other issue that I'm having as well is that I am losing a little bit too much HP as well with not losing too much HP, but I'm not gaining HP back consistently like I would probably with, like, say, this one. What's her name? What's her name? Hyacinth. Alright, let's see what we can do here. How do we fare? Good. There we go, we got the break at least. Better than last time. Better than last time. Still not great, but better than last time. Alright, big dragon come out. Follow up attack, let's see. Okay. Okay. I wonder if this will help me get the other guys down. Yeah, that was really good. We just need to hope Gallagher doesn't fuck it up. boy, if I see you fuck it up. Extra action, that's fine. I think we'll be okay because we'll be getting Castrese's, yeah, dragon up soon, so that should be fine. I was gonna say, with the dragon here, my PC. There we go. See? Just needed to restart, get a little bit of better luck. By better luck, I was basically saying nobody should die. Alright, what do we have in the last one? Oh, Banana Squad and who? Oh, Pollux. We'll switch it around. Yeah, switching it around probably makes a lot more sense. I forgot, this guy's a little bit annoying, I remember. 25 cycles. 1 second, I didn't do this properly. Yeah, there we go. It was 25 cycles. Oh, so 5 cycles total. Flame Reaver was 2, I think, and first one was 3 or 4 cycles. I think it would be 3 cycles. 30, 29, 28, 27. 4 cycles. 4 and 2, basically. Not too shabby considering all things said and done, but yes. I'm quite curious to see how we fare in the Aquila fight, to be honest. That's going to be quite interesting to see what they're going to do in terms of the gimmicks there. Alright. Let's see what the dragon do. What did the dragon do? There we go. Nice. Pollux has dispelled the enhanced state. Okay, I kind of did not predict Pollux to be a bit of a pushover, to be honest. I was expecting Pollux to be a lot more difficult. Because so far it's been, yeah, not the most difficult. He's gonna go into his enhanced state. That's fine. Because we're gonna be able to get back this easily. Yeah, I think that's the thing. He is easy for anybody with Castries. But again, it's the same thing I said with Hule, you know. Certain characters are made for certain enemies. The question is what they can do outside of that enemy is where you're looking at seeing how good their performance is, you know. I mean, it still took me 2 cycles basically, right? Or 3 cycles. Yeah, 3 cycles technically, but still. Could be worse, could be better. It is what it is. Not gonna really complain too much about it. This squad, like, yes, it's easier for break effect characters, I suppose, right? No doubt about it. But like, I think the crux of the matter is that a squad like this squad is meant for Rappa, for example, right? So that's just how it is. It is certain enemies for certain squads. Certain enemies for certain squads. How much did I walk today? 20,000? 18.5, clearly. Nearly. I wanted to see how much I walked today. I completely didn't check. Alright, let's see. This is gonna be interesting to see how we fare here. But this is where, you know, when we talk about characters made for certain bosses and stuff, this is where they probably arguably designed the Herda extremely well, because she's pretty much built for anything, right? In that sense, she's really good for any major situation. Primarily, obviously, I'd say she's amazing against like multi-target enemies, but of course, more often than not, you are kind of facing multi-target enemies for the most part. I feel like, you know, in this game, rarely does it feel like you face a single target enemy, and even if it is a single target enemy, it's usually only like the big boss of like a Echo of War and stuff, which is rare in itself. And I was hoping I'd be able to save this as well. There we go. I started playing HSR for the Herda. I couldn't have picked a better starter DPS. Absolutely not. Honestly, right now, I would say, yeah, like, generally speaking, she, I mean, I've never denied it, but she is pretty much the best, like, all-rounder character, basically, for any player. So if you, like, 3.3, I know a lot of people may be coming in for Fate and stuff. The Herda is probably not a bad place to try and, like, if you want to attempt to reroll in a Hoyo game, it's probably not the worst one to try and reroll on, to be honest. Again, would I recommend rerolling in a Hoyo game? No, to be honest, it's one of the worst decisions you could probably make, but it is a suggestion nonetheless, if you are still very keen on it. Like I said, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but it is an option, of course. I rerolled my first Genshin account to get Venti. I mean, yeah, I would. I kind of knew it was going to be terrible because of the closed beta tests and stuff, right? I knew that the reroll method was basically either salt emails or basically creating a new account and stuff. It was very annoyingly long, and I think there were a couple of get-arounds where they were very frustratingly annoying, and just the tutorial stage and everything is just so long compared to your average gacha game even still, you know, to the point where you get for reroll summoning and stuff. I was like, I can't be bothered. Won the 50-50 for Venti, which was good, but yeah. I mean, I'd already been playing in the closed beta test, so even if I didn't get Venti, it was kind of alright because I knew that we would win. At this time, it was a novelty to have a gacha that would allow you to guarantee the featured unit at the time, because trust me, you know, I'm having played so many gachas with such shitty pitties. I was in 7th heaven at the time, while playing Genshin with the 50-50 loss and all. But yeah. I was like, you know, even if I lose, I'll win later on, kind of thing, you know, with whoever comes next. So, yeah. Alright, let's do this. Yeet. Alright, we'll get 36 stars very easily. Okay, good. Whew. Was a bit worried there a little bit, to be honest, towards the end, but we did it. We did it very easily. 800 jade. That's going to the prize fund. The saber prize fund. We're doing well, really, to be honest. It's going really well. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, again, it all depends on obviously a little bit of luck on highest scene and stuff like that. I mean, to be honest, right now I'm not like in a very good streak, shall I say, in most of my games. Well, I say that I did win Castry, so I can't really say that. Maybe not in HSR. Genshin definitely not in a good streak right now. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe HSR the luck continues. I hope the Genshin luck doesn't come over, because obviously in Genshin we suffered with the loss, unfortunately, terribly so. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Are we gonna get some jades? No jades? No bitches? Is there anybody else here? I see Ron Mace here. Is there anybody this side? No, of course not. Fuck me. I keep forgetting that we're still technically in the anniversary patch with that game still being here. Because, yeah, we've done pretty much everything else. So, yeah. Actually, one thing I wanted to do. Hold on. Where was I gonna go? I was gonna check something. Let me just get this quickly. Sorry. Just do this quickly. I wanted to go to the Divergent universe again, because I saw something that I was so confused about. Where's Herda's store? There it is. I did not know I missed this. Funnily enough, I did not know I missed this. But to be honest, do I care about it that much? Not really, no. This is actually a... If the rumors are right, by the way. If the rumors are right for Jing Liu, this is actually not a bad scene card for her, if you think about it. If she is going to be HP scaling. If they are true. Because HP scaling plus crit damage and losing or restoring HP, this is actually a good scene card for her, surprisingly. And so maybe if you struggle, I guess it's there. I suppose it's there for some people. I suppose I'm probably not gonna pick it up unless I feel like it. Scene card. Oh my god, I said scene card. Light cone. Fuck me, dog. I don't know why I said scene card. I've not even been playing it. I don't know why that came out of my mouth. Fuck sakes. I was like, is it not scene card? Light cone. My bad. And I too much Doncro pill. Two Doncro pill, man. Two Doncro pill. It's still not left me. But this is the problem with me, man. When I'm playing too many gachas at the same time for so long of a period, it all interchanges. It's all the same shit to me, man. Blade free to play scene card as well. Scene card. What am I saying? Light cone. Doncro PTSD. I know, right? Fuck me, dog. Light cone. I literally read it as well. I saw LC and I said scene card still. I don't know what's wrong with me. What's wrong with my fucking mouse? There's like a delay in me like moving and then it's just there. Maybe it's just my computer as well, to be honest. It's very possible. But it's just so weird. Maybe I need to reset my mouse link afterwards. Because this is the second time I'm secretly playing Doncro. I wish. I haven't even opened up the game in ages, man. What was I gonna do? Amphorius. I need to go back to Amphorius. Because to be honest, what I've been doing is, because I have no other way of using these triple rewards, I've just been chucking it at getting maybe slightly better reward, relics for casteries. I don't know what else to do, man. There's just nothing else I can think of, man. I still wish I could just stock these triple rewards up for next patch or something. I wish. Run out a Scholar of Erudition and plus Sunday relics, but I don't use Sunday, man. He's fucking getting nothing. And most Scholar of Erudition is probably gonna be useful for at least some maybe like random Erudition characters, but that's dog. Sunday's getting nothing, man. I guess at most I could have probably used it for no, but there's the new relic sets there. I was thinking maybe I could have gone two-piece speed for speed, I suppose, on high scene, but no, I probably will still go for her own relic set, to be honest. For aesthetics, you know, for aesthetics. But still, no, nonetheless, either way, yeah. I mean, yeah. Anyways, I've used up all of it already. I've got fuck all. I've got fuck all to show for it, to be honest. It's been ass, man. Every single one of them has been just terrible to look at. It's been terrible. It's been depressing. I've just been, you know what? Let's just have at it. You know, just have at it. See what happens. But I have enough fuel. Like I said, I also have enough fuel. I'm probably gonna dump at least 30 to 40 fuel. Probably come the release. I think when the release happens, we'll probably dump at least 40 fuel. Just to see what I can get, and of course I'm probably going to be salvaging quite a lot, of course, of those pieces to obviously then just keep making new ones, seeing what we get. I think that's going to have to be our best bet, to be honest. Man, I am exhausted right now, man. It's crazy. What's this, General? Alright, let's see. Anything good here? Close but no cigar. No. What are these pieces, man? At least give me something good. And if you're gonna give me, you know, if you're gonna, at this point, I don't. I'm struggling to speak. Oh, frames? Struggle there. PC build soon come. But no, but yeah, no, it's just been, this has been terrible. These triple relics have been just useless, man. Bro needs that new PC setup ASAP. Now, I've pretty much ironed out all the parts and all. I'm just kind of waiting for payday, really, to be honest, or at least get close to payday. There's a good chance I'm also getting back paid for some of the work I've done as well, so I'm kind of hoping that comes through in this month's pay, maybe, so that way at least that's sorted out. But let's see, because if that back pay comes through, ooh boy, that's gonna be money. We're gonna be enjoying it. We're gonna be rolling in dough. Yeah, but yeah, payday is next week for me, so it's like, well, just a week to go. But yeah, everything's pretty much sorted out. I'm comfortable with what I'm getting for the most part. Pretty happy. So we're gonna go with it, see how it goes, and then we'll go from there. We'll go from there. I love how you can just shoot it off this off the edge of this, by the way. I didn't even realize you could do that. Oh no, I'm not dealing with that. I don't know where we're going, to be honest. I'm just walking around aimlessly right now. The problems of only having one event live a week. I want to actually see this. 1 second. I'm actually quite curious. How much Celestial Ambrosia do we have now? Surely we should be at a decent amount because of some of the quests I've been doing and stuff. I'm still at 1300. Never mind. I thought I was a little bit more, but never mind. Never mind. I mean, I think realistically right now for me, in the next week now, basically, or while I'm off, really, what I might end up doing is a lot of these story quests and stuff, maybe when I'm free. Because I'm not planning on starting anything major in terms of games on stream, or not on stream, but just generally off stream. What I might be doing on stream is stuff like Digimon and stuff like that, at least for the next day, a couple of days, of course, right? We'll be doing Digimon, maybe some other game as well. We'll see. But yeah, of course, I mean, Genshin and HSO will still be there and all. But yeah, I think off stream, while I'm chilling out and stuff, what I might do is some shenanigans of going about and just getting all the collectibles and stuff like that. The things I missed out on, whatever it is, and make sure to get everything sorted out so that, you know, we're pretty much like at a good spot. Because, like, I mean, if you take a look at the you know, missions tab, like I showed last time around, I think 300, 400, 500, 540 plus more, even with Ethereum Wars that I haven't done, 550 as well, 560, 570, 580, 590, 640, 670, 670, 720, 770. And is that it? I think that's it. Plus, I think there's a lot more that I haven't even opened up or started yet in terms of you know, like these world quests and stuff. I think generally speaking, we're looking at about 1,000 is what I would guesstimate in terms of extra currency that I've just ignored, really. So I think if I can do those, that will be another boon to the funds, really. I mean, if we get up to, I mean, I said I was thinking I was going to go into version 5. Oh, so 5 point, I'm thinking of Genshin. Version 3.4 with like only 60 something K Stellar Jade. But I mean, we're at 76K, 31 tickets as well. I mean, we're in a very good spot in that sense, you know. 500 pulls is crazy. Well, to be fair, you have to remember that I am going to be losing out on at least, let's say, worst case scenario, and I'm saying worst case scenario assuming I lose at 75 loss, 75 win. I doubt, I mean, it's not impossible. I should say this, it's not impossible, but let's say I do lose, it's not impossible. So I'm gonna say, let's say I lose Litecoin as well, 65, so that's 130 plus 150 right there, 280 gone like that, basically, right? That's assuming, you know, losses. Of course, happy thoughts, I win both, right? And then it's happy days, will not be worried. But I'm gonna assume, let's say we lose, right? We lose. That immediately cuts my things in half. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem as good anymore as what it should be. You know what I mean? That being said, though, in theory, with what we're gonna be getting next patch in terms of 4 stars, I think the first patch is literally every single one of them is E6 for me. So what that will mean is I'm going to be getting single pulls every single time. It's going to be single pulls every single time. Also, what's up, Maxwell? Welcome to the stream, mate. It's going to be single pulls every single time. You know what I mean? So that should help out massively. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's just going to be a case of we'll have to just wait and watch, really, in that sense, you know. It's not going to be easy by any means of the imagination, and nor is it going to be as simple as, you know, winning early and stuff like that. We're going to have to just be patient and take it on the chin, whatever happens, you know what I mean? Losing the LC hurts. It will hurt a little bit for sure, but I mean, we gotta take it on the chin, like I said, you know. it is what it is. If it happens, it happens, sort of thing, you know. If it happens, it does happen. I mean, I also should remember that, you know, we're going to be getting a lot of stuff next patch. I think people have been saying that free pulls wise, it's about 80 to 90 pulls free to play, which is pretty cool. Of course, with battle pass and missions and all, you know, dailies, I'm looking at about 70-ish, 110-ish, I should say, sorry. Which will help a lot. That'll boost me back up to 600 effectively, let's say total. 280, you cut that, that's still about 320. But yeah, do I buy the monthly pass? Yeah, I do indeed. I literally just bought it yesterday or the other day. 29 days, yeah, literally, I say the other day, literally yesterday. Break all echoes of faded dreams before the harmonious core. The great Septimus uses voltegiando or tempestoso. Tempestoso. Defeat the antimatter engine. This one I'd probably need a single target unit primarily for that one. Dispel the prana siphon state for a total of 5 times. Unfulfilled wish, unnecessary. Don't know what that is. Use Jingli to reduce any teammate's HP to 1 battle. Win 1 battle with a team of comprising of Hanya and Shui. That's actually pretty easy. That's a simple one. Wait, what is something unto death? What did she say? Defeat the memory zone means something unto that with only one character be able to be taken action. Wow, okay. That's a lot of stuff. Let her cook it. I just saw that one. Fuck's sakes. Can't believe there's one like that. Let her cook. Oh, man. But yeah, pity-wise, I'm not that deep in. So, we're okay. When I say we're not that deep in, we literally summoned last time. So yeah, 3 pity there. What about light cone? I don't remember light cone anymore. A little struggling to speak there. 9. Okay. Hey, there's a big added advantage, okay, in the light cone side of things, which is good. Which is very, very good. It's not a major advantage, but it's something at least. You know, it's something. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. But yeah, we're gonna just see how it all pans out, really. I'm quite curious to see how everything's gonna go. Obviously, ideally it goes well. And that goes without saying, you know. That does go without saying that I'm hoping everything does go well. But yeah, there's only so much I can do. Well, when I say there's only so much I can do, the only thing I can do is keep going. No, I'm not going for Finon. As much as I'd like to go for Finon, I mean, listen. If Saber wasn't coming, Finon 100%. No doubt. If there was no Fate collab and it was just some random ass character that they decided to chuck in with Finon, well, I say random ass character. They could have put, you know, let's say High Sillens or whatever it is, or, you know, whoever might be coming out in the future. I would have still gone for Finon, but I can't, man. With Saber there, no, I can't. I can't. Sorry. It's just physically sickening. It'll be physically sickening if I go for anything but Finon. But Saber, sorry. As much as I like, don't get me wrong, I love the fact that we have a Kevin face, basically, or a Kevin variant in HSR, you know. Kaslana's for the win. But that doesn't change the fact. It don't change the fact that we do be getting a Fate character, and it's Saber especially. So yeah. Let out his true thoughts accidentally. We will be going for Finon, then that means shit. Shit, I let out my plans too quick. I wanted to surprise you all. No, but seriously, like, I think if it were any other Saber character, if it were any other Fate character, no, I would have probably done only E0S1 in that situation. I think it's because it's Saber, it's like I want to go for it, you know, I really want to go for it. You know, all the way to the max. But I think if it was any other Saber character, I would have just done E0S1 for both. Like, that's it. Like, if it was, say, Archer and Rin, or Shiro and Rin. But again, with Shiro, if the memo sprite was Saber, if they reset top up for 3.4, they're breaking 200 million. Yeah, very, very good chance. It's a very good chance with all the with how good the Fate characters look, and of course if Japan and China go all in, which they will nonetheless. Yeah, 100%. No doubt about it. It's so clear that they could do. I think I would be very shocked if they don't. Actually, honestly, I really do think they will. I'd be very surprised if they don't. There's no reason for them not to. See, this is another one. This is a quest treasure I'm missing as well. I'm probably gonna rerun trivia or something to finish the job. Imagine, dog. Imagine. That would be something else. That would be something else. I do wonder how they're gonna do it though. Still, I'm still very confused because according to my dates and stuff, assuming, and they didn't. Well, yeah, no, they didn't say anything about 3.3 being shorter or anything. So yeah, 3.3 is gonna be the normal length then. So if 3.3 is going to be the normal length, 3.3 releases on Wednesday of May 21st. 28th is week 1, as the end of week 1. 24th June is the end of week 2. Week 3 end is June 11th. 18th, 4th weekend. 25th of June is the 5th week end. So that means the end of the patch should be the 2nd of July. The banners releasing on 11th is so confusing to me because it's only like a week and a half after the patch releases. I'm so bamboozled by what their decisions that what are they gonna do there. Is it something that I'm forgetting? One second, I need to just double check some dates, man, because I actually don't know why they've done such a wonky ass date. 11 July. Does anything happen on 11 July that I don't remember? Not that I see. Like, yeah, no, there's literally nothing here that makes sense. So confusing, man. So confusing. The TV's run wasn't even in July. It went from October to June and skipped July. I have no idea, man. It's so it doesn't make any sense. Fate didn't release on this one. It's Saber's birthday on like the 11th of July or something that I don't remember. King Arthur birthday. When was his birthday, buddy? December 3rd or 21st. That doesn't help me. Yo, Gil, question. You know about PCs, right? Kind of. I'm looking into building my own PC right now, but it's my first PC that I'm properly building. But generally, like, I keep a track on top of, like, videos, watch lots of videos and stuff like that. But yeah. Leave some time to make the gamblers want to pull fine on. Yeah, basically, I think that's what it is. But yeah, you can ask and I'll see if I can answer. 5070 good to buy as new PC being built. I've been looking into that because I was thinking about the 5070 as well. My only issue with the 5070 is it's not really amazingly future-proof because of its VRAM. Check the price of the RX 9070 because it's a similar card in the same region of the performance. 9070 is quite a bit better, generally speaking, because of the higher VRAM capacity and everything. See if it's a similar price and then go for the 9070 by far. If it's a similar price, like if it's like a $30, $40 difference, I would go for the 9070. The 5070 will probably be a lot cheaper because nobody's buying that card. Literally, nobody's buying that card. Gale is an Intel Warrior. Linux only updates his UI every 27 minutes. God damn it. I was looking at the Intel graphics card though. It isn't a bad card. It's just a shame that they only have like a entry-level card basically in their range. It looks like a decent card. Like for what its price is and the like performance it has is not bad at all. IMO at least. But again, I'm not wanting to go for an entry level. I'm trying to go for at least a mid-range if possible. But yeah, I was looking at the 5070 and I'm probably skipping it. I'm gonna go for one of the RX 9070s, either the base one or XT. I'm not sure yet. I'm still deliberating. Just depends on back pay. If I do get the back pay, then I think I'm gonna go for the XT. But if I don't, then I'll stick with an base RX 9070. That's what my plan is right now. But yeah, everything is sorted out. Got the like fans, motherboard, everything in this way. Not really. There's not a big difference. It just depends on like warranties and stuff like that primarily. Like performance wise, it's very much similar-ish. It's only dependent on overclocking and stuff like that. But even then, it's not like going to make a major like, oh my god, like 10%, 15% difference. It's probably like a 1%, 2%. But yeah, getting the Founders Editions cards are also like, yeah, a good option as well, to be honest. It's directly from Nvidia. It's, I don't know if I would say it's safer necessarily, but it is definitely an option that will be a little bit cheaper as well, technically as well. You're not going to be jacked up by retailer prices. See if you can get a Founders Edition card if possible first, but yeah. Yeah, then, yeah, no, probably better off to stick with the 5070 than in your case, if you're getting it for a bit cheaper, to be honest. Quite a bit cheaper, that is. That's like a solid $150 to $200 difference, basically. Basically, on average, $200 difference. So, yeah, probably better for you to get a 5070, to be honest. Again, it's not a bad card at all. I think a lot of people are over-exaggerating how bad it is, in a way. But I do think it's not like a... It's not a future-proof card, is the only concern that a lot of people have. And they're not wrong in it either, to be honest. Again, safest option would be getting a 16 GB VRAM card, at least minimum, on like a decent platform like a 5070 or something. But yeah, it's not gonna be ass. No, it's not gonna be ass. It'll be decent. It'll be a solid performing card. It'll still do the job, like, especially with upscaling and all now available and everything. It'll do really well. It's just that, say for example, you go on to like, you know, 2K or 4K resolution, especially 4K, you're gonna struggle a little bit there. But again, it depends on what you're running. Like, for example, with me, right, a 5070 is not necessarily the worst card to get, to be quite honest, purely because of me running games at 1080p on a 2K monitor. That's how I usually play, because I usually have the game like scaled down. I have, so that I can have like videos up and stuff at the same time and whatnot. But yeah, to be honest, in that situation, then yeah, it's not gonna make a big difference. You're gonna be fine. 5070 is more than enough, really, in that situation. You're not playing any made like super high intensive game, really, in that sense. To be honest, a lot of your games are probably more CPU bound than GPU bound, so probably good. Make sure to get a good CPU as well in relation. 4070 is on par with the 5070, probably at higher resolutions. If you're talking about the 4070 Super, because of the VRAM, you're probably gonna be, you're not wrong probably on that one. I don't think the base 4070 is on par with the 5070, as far as I remember from what I saw in like benchmarks and stuff, but I could be wrong. But yeah, it just also depends on what monitor you're getting. If you're going 4K, then probably consider an RX 9070 or something with 16 gigs of VRAM at least. Because, yeah, you might want to probably prefer getting a used card at that point, like a used 4070 Super or something like that. You're probably way better off there. But, yeah, then you're running at the risk of, oh, are you getting it used properly? Look at open boxes. They tend to be pretty good as well. Open box sales. See if there's anything like that at like a retailer. But yeah. Yeah, then you should be okay, I think. I think you should be okay. I wonder what bots are pulling on the Dr. Ratio banner. Bots that probably like him quite a lot is what I would probably say. But yeah, that's fair. Maybe I'm personally a little bit blind, to be quite honest. It is probably the case that I am blind, but I just don't see like a stupid amount of difference. I mean, of course, it does look definitely prettier. I'm not gonna deny that. I think it would be stupid for me to say otherwise. But I don't see like a major benefit in high resolutions, personally, to be honest. But that's just me. Yeah, then stick with the 5070, to be honest. If you're gonna be doing casual gaming and stuff like that, I'd argue, even say, like, I know it may sound a bit weird, and I know it's not been received well, and I don't think it's an amazing card either, necessarily, too much. But if you're going for that, and if you can get it for cheap, again, I don't know US prices that well, because I haven't been looking in US prices. 5060 Ti 16 gigs VRAM potentially is not the worst idea, especially it will help you with the budget a little bit as well. But again, I don't know how the US prices are, so I don't know if they've also been scalped to no hell and back. You could wait for the RX 9060 series as well. But, yeah. No, it's not VR. VRAM is basically your video memory. It's like RAM, but on your graphics card, basically, to give you an idea. It's to basically load textures better and stuff like that. The space it requires to load textures. It's not VR as in virtual reality. VRAM is completely different. It's completely different. It's a completely different thing. It's more important for like making sure that you are able to load textures at a higher quality, basically, regularly. And more games are using like 8+ gigs of VRAM effectively. Hence why, like, for example, Hogwarts Legacy, I'm able to play it generally, but it does consume like 6-7 gigs of VRAM on my graphics card. So that means if I want to stream it, I can't because I'm struggling at that point. So it's alright if I play it off stream, but like it is getting close to being unrunnable effectively on my end. And more games are doing that. Monster Hunter Wilds, I tried running when it came out in its open beta test and stuff like that, and I was able to barely run it. I had to just lower everything to be able to get even close to like only 6 gigs of memory usage, basically. So it's important in that sense. It's not important for virtual reality. It's important for all games, basically, your video memory. So that's why I'm saying you don't want 12 gigs of VRAM only, because it could end up being detrimental in the long run. If you don't mind taking the bullet for 3-4 years, maybe less potentially, then the 5070 is definitely not a bad card. But that's why I'm just saying it's maybe better to consider other options where there's 16 gigs of VRAM available on cards. It's the only thing I'd say. That's the only thing I'd suggest. But up to you, of course. Just see how prices are, your budget and everything, and then go from there, you know? 4 or 5 year lifespan, you should be... it's closed. It's gonna... I don't know how games are gonna go. With how unoptimized games are now, I would just say you should probably take a little bit more of push up the budget and get something that has 16 gigs of VRAM and is obviously on the same level as a 5070. But yeah, I know there's rumors that a 5070 Super is releasing soon as well, with the better core count and everything and all that sort of jazz, but who knows when that's gonna happen. 4080 gig has 16 gigs of VRAM. Yeah, I mean, if you can get a used one that's available, that's not bad. Unless if you're a person who's, obviously, since it's your first PC, I understand coming from somebody who's also building their first PC. Buying new is a little bit safer, and I completely get that as well. But it's up to you in that sense. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's also something that is, I understand, like, a lot of people are like that. And I'm like that. I'm not going to deny it. I always find myself a little bit happier buying something fresh and new, rather than risking something that's been used and you get a defected product or something, potentially, or a product that will be defected very soon rather than long term, especially if you're investing like $500 upwards into one item specifically. Long time, Mistra. I don't know why I struggled there. We're running the same team except Luocha instead of Gallagher, but I'm gonna add a Hyacine and Cypher. You're adding Cypher to the squad. Interesting. I'm just going for Hyacine, and then I'm obviously saving for Saber. That's my goal. But yeah, no, I think everybody's running a similar-ish comp, basically, to be honest. But yeah. But yeah, like I said, it's up to the individual on what they want to do in terms of this one. Is 12 a little? It's not little right now. It's what you probably need more so than anything else right now. It's just long term is where the concern is with like bigger games. You know, like again, like I said, Monster Hunter Wilds right now, if you want to run it like full capacity, like all guns blazing, even at like 1080p or 1440p or that's 2K for you guys if you aren't aware. You're touching 12 gigs and stuff. It's not about storage. This is completely different. So how do I do? It's not memory in the sense of like terabyte storage. It's loading textures, basically. You can't delete stuff necessarily. It's all about how the game is loading the the stuff on to the card, on the card, basically. You can't install, delete, or anything of that shit. That's not how it works. It's not like your memory storage. RAM is completely different. And your regular RAM sticks don't help in that necessarily too much. I fell in love with her after the cutscene, lol. Yeah, fair enough. I know that feeling. I did see some team comms from replacing RMC with Cypher, oddly enough. Fair enough. I'm a bot and new, my bad. No. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so let's go part by part. So you have your motherboard. That's very simple, straightforward. You have your CPU, simple, straightforward. Then you have your RAM sticks. Your RAM sticks are basically how your processes will be able to run together effectively, multi-task effectively, all your processes, how it'll be able to accommodate all of that. That's very simple. That's your RAM, right? Then you have your GPU, which does obviously all the graphical display processing and stuff like that. When you play games, obviously you install it onto your NVMe, SSD, whatever it is, your memory storage device, right? That is completely separate. That's there basically. Yeah. But that's the thing. That's what I mean. It can help but barely is what. That's what I said earlier on. It can help but very barely, and it can be arguably also quite detrimental at times, like you said there, Nuke. But your games get installed onto the SSD and stuff, and they're loaded in and everything thanks to the SSD. But when your game is rendering these things on screen, they have to use the processor that's on the GPU, that's on the graphics card, as well as the memory of the graphics card, which, like your RAM, is multitasking but for the game basically. So yeah. So eventually will be like a $500 you'll be basically getting a brand new fresh GPU basically down the line. Effectively, you'd want to get a brand new graphics card. It's not like you're getting new RAM in the graphics card. You're basically getting a brand new, you'll have to buy a new graphics card. You'll have to replace the 5070, which yes, you could just sell this 5070 in order to buy a new graphics card. You'll probably not get that much in like 5 years time for the 5070. Maybe you'll get like $300, maybe less potentially, depending on how it ages as well, right? But yeah. Tribi E2S1, by the way, so it's fine that Cypher is in the peak choice on the team. Tribi will overcome. Yeah, that's fair. That will make sense. Yeah, Tribi E2 is insane. To be fair, even S1 is pretty darn good. To be honest, I know some people I know were chasing E1 because of the additional damage, but I mean E2 is obviously really good in that sense. Yeah, basically. But yeah, it's up to you. I don't think it's a bad choice to go for the 5070 necessarily. I know a lot of other people will say otherwise, and there are a lot of people who will say otherwise, but yeah. Just save money and to build a baller PC instead of compromising right now, IMO. But you'll keep saying that, but prices will keep going up, down, up, down. I think you at a point you kind of have to bite a bullet at some point, but it's up to people to be honest. And at the end of the day, everybody will have something come up all of a sudden. You know, something will happen. Maybe, you know, moving places, whatever it may be. Variables will come into place. So rather than, you know, delaying it and then not being able to down the line for some reason or whatever, you may as well splurge if you can. And it's not like you can't upgrade anyways, right? At the end of the day, if he is able to save up in the future to upgrade, he can upgrade in the future. He can sell the card and move on to bigger and greener pastures, potentially. I can put RMC on team 2. Hopefully it works with Saber or something. We'll have to wait and see. I'm quite curious to see what's going to be Saber's best team, to be honest. We've heard nothing on that front, so yeah. Cypher does reduce their defense 30%, vulnerability 80%. Forgot that was from a tree, so I'll see. And the damage done thing, yeah. I mean, Cypher is going to be a great option, generally speaking, and I'm quite curious to see how she'll perform in various teams. I mean, obviously, Akron's team, this team with Casteries. I mean, I think there's a good chance she could end up being also pretty good for Saber, you could argue as well down the line. Potentially. It depends on what Saber's kit actually is. But, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I'm actually quite curious to see how they're going to handle it. Because we've been getting leaks here and there for, like, Finon. I know we've been getting leaks for, like, Finon. We've been getting leaks for, like, fucking the buffs for the characters. Not a single peep has come out of anybody regarding Saber or Archer's. Well, Archer's kit we've got a little bit, actually, as well. But not a single peep about Saber's kit. So I'm quite curious to see why that's the case, of course. Because feels a bit weird that we've not heard anything in regards to that. It feels a bit odd, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe there's some reason for it. Yeah, that's the other thing, especially with MSRP being a thing as well. I think, you know, every card is like overpriced by like $200, $300, even worse at higher tier as well. But like, yeah, I mean, in the UK as well, the 5070 is under MSRP, which is crazy to say, to be honest. It makes it even more value in that sense, and that's why I've been considering it, because it's like only $500 for us, like £500 with tax and all included. So it's not bad in that sense compared to like everything else retailing for like 700, 800, 500, 900 plus, you know. It's been pretty crazy in that sense, but yeah. Yeah, Akron mains is subreddit is going nuts. I don't know what's happened to them, but they're losing the plot slowly but surely. But fair enough, you know. I respect it. When you lose the plot, you gotta go all in. Finon is a new player unit IMO or whale lol because all his best in slots haven't released yet. Yeah, I think he'll be. It's gonna be quite interesting to see how Finon goes, because it feels like from what I've seen a little bit, Finon pretty much does nearly everything as well. It's an all-in-one unit basically. So I'm quite curious to see how he goes as well. Maybe he'll be one of those units that doesn't really need to worry too much about what needs to be his best supports necessarily that much. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Again, I've got very little information about Finon, but from what I've seen is pretty crazy, to be honest, is what I saw. But yeah. Alright, there we go. Okay, yeah, sorry, just was looking at some stuff, but yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be, it'll be nice to see when we get it. I can't get everyone though, so I'm happy reruns exist. Of course, yeah, no, but reruns are always a very good positive, to be honest. But I'll be doing the same for Finon as well at some point down the line, probably just for my collections purposes. Obviously for me, priority is gonna be Saber. I'm going all in, baby. I'm going all